Okay, so there's been one of the things that's been talked about the enemy. It's basically the cult, and what you'll probably find is each cult thinks the other cult's at fault, but they're all at fault, and they're all at fault for a simple reason. Okay, they believe in hierarchy. They believe that thrones exist. They believe that someone must sit on it. They have opinions about who must sit on it and under what capacity. They believe in things like property, to the point where they believe that people are property. So let's look at the idea of thrones and the idea of property, and how this relates to the cult in the greater sense of the term, compared to the lesser cults to which it's made from. So the way you look at it like this is like, when you're dealing with a singular worldview, okay, you're dealing with one cult. When you're dealing with multiple worldviews, you're dealing with multiple cults. And then you start to see the themes behind the cults, to which you get to the actual cult. So, what's the actual cult? First of all, it's about thrones and hierarchies. But more specifically, what thrones and hierarchies and properties represent. What they represent is male insecurity about their parents and the man's insecurity about the functioning of his phallus. So the real cult is a man identifying with his penis as his manhood, and a man deciding that his penis is a weapon as well. You've heard whole jokes like meat sword, or he's brandishing his gun. They even try to make food jokes about it, okay? You know, it's a salami, something like that. Okay? You know, hide the sausage. Okay? Sounds gross. But if you have a look at the actual motives of those people, if you're being realistic about any cult that's ever lived in anywhere around the world, you're going to see a simple pattern. Men are afraid of death, and they identify with their penises too much, and they see their penises as weapons. And moreover, they believe they have to engage in dominance behaviour to be able to use their penises okay? So what is a Satanist, or a head invader, or astral spy, or a man who created a cult? Okay, what's behind the founding of Christianity? What's behind the founding of the Sumerian cult? What's behind the founding of any world religion? What's behind the founding of Confucianism, one way or another? A man's insecurity about his penis. As it relates to his fear of death. Okay? So a man is afraid of death. Okay? Join a club. That's the real cult. Everyone's afraid of death. Yeah. Okay? But why? Why are they afraid of death for? Everyone knows it's fucking normal. Everyone knows that their number's up eventually. Okay? Everyone knows the number's up eventually. No matter how much you brandish your gun and how many fucking women Genghis Khan, you're still fucking dead. Okay? Genghis Khan brandished his fucking women, thousands of women, across many landscapes during the Mongolian Empire, to the point where they reckon he has at least 1 million descendants. But he's still dead. You say, oh, his legacy lives on. Everyone knows his fucking name, etc., etc. Well, how's he going to fucking enjoy that? He's dead. So if you believe in the afterlife and stuff like that, you might say, oh, well, whatever. That might be a bit different, okay? But, you know what? It's not impossible. But the thing about that is you need to get into the consideration of why the afterlife got invented. Okay? Because technically, if you think spirits were sunlight, which they're not, because there's something very, very different going on there, then you would say that it's an abstract form of light is an abstract byproduct of atomic processes, like the photovoltaic effect or something like that. So a spirit happens when an electron jumps orbit, does it? Whew. Anyway, not really. A spirit is not the case when an electron jumps orbit. A spirit can be affected by an electron jumping orbit, but a spirit does not exist in the physical reality. Spirits are independent of physical reality. They're plural, not singular. They can be projected on, but those projections are just images, not what they actually are. And so, what you need to understand what the cult really is about, the cult with a capital C as opposed to the mini cults. So mini cults, you've got to think things like Masonry, you've got to think things like Christianity, Shintoism, Buddhism, whatever, all of that stuff. Religions, New Age movement, the whole lot, okay? But what's behind that, what's behind their crap mathematics, what's behind the responses to that crap mathematics is men being afraid of death and seeing their penises as a weapon to defend against death. Male weakness, male fear of death, brought you religion, brought you the divine right of kings, brought you the false attempt to countermand that with so-called American democracy, which is nothing more than a different cult, and they're showing their cards right now. Behind the tech bros, okay, is the stereotype exists for a reason, doesn't it? They're afraid of death and that they can't brandish their weapon enough to get over it. The bully might bash them up. So they're going to get out their weapon on as much women as they can. So they're not gay. And they decided that their weapons is computers. They decided that their weapon is artificial intelligence. And in cases of Masons and whatever other groups you're talking about, of which there's many, not few, their weapons are energetic and image-based projections, straight up astral abuse, head invasion, attempted possession and control, victim blaming. All these things are men's problems. See, the thing about women is that, yes, they are capable of doing the wrong thing and being afraid of death and so on and so forth. How they experience it is drastically different from the men. A man's walking around with his dick sticking out, or wishing his dick was sticking out, and wants everyone to be proud of it. A man wants to fucking take his pants off and walk down the fucking street and have a big fucking heart on, and it doesn't matter who fuck or what fucking sees it. He wants everyone to think it's the biggest heart on there is, and for them to want to eat it, to want to fucking shove it up their ass, to live as it, to worship it like a fucking royal scepter. That male weakness knows no ethnicity or creed. It just so happened that white men have smaller dicks than average. So white men needed to no, seriously, we go with Atlanta stereotypes. This is a fact. White men have smaller dicks than average. Okay? And interestingly enough, Chinese as well. Notice how imperial both of them are? They have smaller dicks than average, therefore they don't have as big guns. So they needed a substitute. They needed a substitute, and they needed to be as gay as humanly possible by chucking their substitute at other men to steal their women. Everything beyond that is an excuse and a lie. Racism, imperial courts, the idea of property, warfare, religion, politics. The root cause of all of that is men projecting their intentions onto other people because they have inadequacy and insecurity about their cocks. And the white men have the most insecurity of all, and so do the Chinese. So unsurprisingly, the European, American and Chinese powers, of which Russia is considered part of, sort of like a rough part of both because they're Eurasian, having the tiniest fucking cocks of all, have the most insecurity and have therefore invaded the most countries. And come up with the most mind control fucking tactics, including the fucking religions and whatever the fuck else. They came up with Nazism, they came up with fascism, they came up with totalitarianism, they came up with authoritarianism, they came up with Tao, Confucianism, whatever the fuck they came up with. It's all about the men saying, see, their cock isn't small, they're a bigger man than you, they can control the women, they're not going to die. Well, guess what? All the men are going to die now. All the men are going to die now because the 4B movement's going international. And because you failed, United States, to ever exercise your gun rights on dictators, it means the women are going to see you, men, as the dictators and exercise their gun rights on you. You're afraid for a long time of women carrying weapons. You don't want them to carry mace. You don't want them to carry pepper spray. You don't want them to have knives in their fucking pocket. You don't want them to have fucking guns. Because only men must have weapons. And they must use it against each other and women alike. Well, now what's going to happen is the 4B movement's going international and the women now have the guns and they're now going to shoot all the men. Because the men haven't had the guts to fucking have the final solution, which is to chop their cocks off. Now, they attempted that some thousands of years ago with male initiation rights, with fucking ripping bits of foreskin off or whatever the fuck else. But they didn't go the whole fucking hog and de-weaponise that man's fucking body completely by taking the whole twig and fucking berries, which they should have fucking done. Because no amount of fucking education by their mothers, their grandmothers, their aunts, their sisters, their fucking wives, the community at fucking large, has ever taught a single fucking man to de-weaponise his pants. And to stop seeing women as wanting the same things as him. Just because he wants her doesn't mean she wants him. She wants him gone. Just because he had a problem doesn't mean she's the fucking problem. The men need to stop projecting. It's not a projection. Their dick is a flaccid piece of skin. That AI transhuman agenda is nothing more than an expression by geeks of why they can't get in and are afraid of death. They became the bullies that they feared. And they think they're more important now. Well, they're not. They're every bit as flaccid and every bit as tiny fucking cocked as they ever were. And they're going to be less cocked soon because the 4B movement is going to come and fucking shoot them in the fucking legs to fucking destabilise them, chop their cocks off and say, you eat your own goddamn salami. We don't care what your religion is or your ethnicity. Every last one of you has fucked each other up and you're fucking the women up right now. And the only way a man fucking listens to a woman is if he's inside a woman's fucking head telling other men off and pretending it's fucking feminism. Because men can't stand the possibility that when a woman's inside her fucking head, being left alone from fucking men, that could possibly be the true feminism. So here's to you, you fucking Masonic fucking creeps. Vivek Ramaswamy, you have not been working on a project for the last 20 years with Elon Musk to make him immune to all the fucking societal conditions. He is the best expression of societal conditions there fucking are. He is not an enlightened man. He is not a noble savage. He does not have noblesse oblige. He does not have white man's burden. He's just a Nazi that was working with the soul-thieving fucking cults to put AI on fucking other people to institute your fucking goddamn fascist agenda. And everyone can see through his fucking crap. Yes, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Like you said on stage the other day, the people fully understand. Hierarchical men hate humanity and deserve to die.